I got the Popo behind me. So we'll see how this goes. But today, I thought I would do a review on this Iron 883 Harley Davidson 2016. I currently have 1,403 miles and I have got a good feel about this bike. So I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of the bike, what I like, what I don't like, and my overall opinion of the bike. Hey Popo! I would race you, but you're Popo. Ah, shit, man. I hate riding next to police. I'm trailing you. I'm gonna pull him over. First things first, this bike is a beautiful bike. That is one of the main reasons why I almost fucking merged in that. It is one of the main reasons why I got the bike was because of the looks. I love the sporty look on this bike. I love the matte black. I love everything aesthetic wise on this bike. I'm going to start out with the cons first. So my first, the first thing that I do not like about this bike were my mirrors. The mirrors were out here, of course, originally, one high right here, or two actually, both. So I wasn't able to see shit. I wasn't able to see behind me. Actually, on my left side, I was able to see behind me. On my right side, I was not able to see anything. I was only able to see my arms. And that had to change, so I flipped the mirrors upside down. Not too long, took about, I would say, 20, maybe 30 minutes, just figuring out how to position it better, because I did have to adjust the blinkers and everything. Other than that, I can see perfect now behind me. I can actually see behind me and a little bit of the lane next to me, which is how it's supposed to be on normal mirrors. That's how it should be on all stock mirrors. But this, just vision on this bike was just complete shit. Another thing I don't like, RPM gauge. It's digital, which that is I mean, some people do like the digital, but then the main problem I'm having with it is because I don't know my red line, or I can feel it, but I just don't know the red line on this bike. I want to say it's 4,500 RPM, which is not a lot. I look at the Mustangs as a Mustang. Did I say Mustang? I said I look at the Mustangs. I look at the Harleys as a Mustang towards vehicles. You know, like Mustangs, they have the low end torque and everything, and they're good. They're really good low end torque, but high end, they die. And they have very low RPMs. So I don't like the fact that I don't have a redline meter, that I don't know, you know, where my redline is. It's digital. I mean, I could change it as a modification, but it's just not even worth it. Oh my gosh. Oh shit, my stomach. Oh god. Oh shit. I just shot up like crazy. Oh my gosh. Just smashed my balls. Another is the exhaust. I hear more engine than exhaust, which I don't like. Harley is just so baffled with two big ass pipes that suppress the noise a lot. And I feel like it just suppresses a lot of power coming out of this bike. I would like to change that, but I'll get to that in a later part of this video. A major thing that I do not like is the rear suspension in this thing, man. The rear suspension, that's why it gets the name, man. The Iron 883 is because of the suspension. The suspension has no travel, and literally every bump that you hit, you feel it, and some a lot more than others. And it's just, when you hit it, man, it is not enjoyable whatsoever. I wish there was just more travel to the rear suspension. It feels like I'm like the seat's really comfortable. Thanks for crossing my lane. The seat's really comfortable, but the suspension just makes it like unbearable to sit on. I can go on fairly long rides without, you know, feeling any pain in my buttocks. I can go like 2 hours with riding, and then I would say after the 2 hours of riding, the seat starts to flatten, and then it feels like I'm sitting on the metal, so then it starts hurting. But other than that, I mean, I would say 2 hour ride is not so good, actually. That's really for short trips. So long trip, I don't know how it'd feel. I would probably have to make a pit stop, you know. Another thing, you know, the airflow that happens with this, man. I don't get pushed around so much. Path of airway that comes off of this bike is not the best. Getting blown side to side is not bad, but shit, the oncoming wind. So like me driving right here, it feels like it just weighs you down and it slows you down. I don't like the fact that happens, where it feels like my speed is affected due to the wind. I mean, as I would say any other bike, but it doesn't feel good when you're going against wind. You know, you have to go down into a more of a racer position, and it just doesn't feel good. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I saw that at last minute right there. Holy shit, that scared me. I was leaning in, and then I noticed that it was loose gravel with all the rocks and shit. And then right when I turned in, I tried to straighten out, but I wiggled a little bit, and that could have been very bad. Oh my gosh, that scared me. Brake levers, clutch lever, brake lever, not too bad. Throttle response is good. A huge downfall that I do not like, and I saw it in the reviews once I was doing it, but I only saw it once, and I was like, oh, you know what, that might not be a factor. I drive on the freeway, and you know, I can only top out on the freeway at 80 miles an hour. 80 miles an hour at 4 grand. It doesn't cut it, man. Especially with all the wind that comes at you, it makes 80 miles an hour feel like you're going like 65. And this thing is not meant for the freeway whatsoever. It's not fun at all to ride on the freeway. Like, I absolutely hate taking this thing on the freeway. It's so slow. That's its weakest factor, is the freeway. The wind from side to side, it's okay. The wind coming straight at you, it's just all the wind is just passing through here, hitting your chest and going down, and it just feels like it's just slowing you down to where you just have to lean in like this, and it's not a comfortable ride. It's not a fun ride to go on the freeway, and I just plain and simple, I just don't like driving this thing on the freeway. It does not handle well. It does not move well. It does not handle well. The fact that I can only top out at 80 miles an hour is just a no-no. Clearance. I know Harleys aren't they're not known for being to where you can go in low and where you can hit corners sharp and everything. But I would like to at least dip a little bit, like, you know, hugging, because with me, I like to hug the corners, and I like to get as low as possible. With this, leaning towards my left side, I can get fairly low and I can make most turns, I always scrape my peg though. I scrape pegs on both sides. That's my number one. That's like, I hate scraping my pegs. It's one thing, it just scares the shit out of me, and I feel like sometimes when I hit the peg, it shoots me back up straight, and then say if I'm in a turn, if I'm leaning, and then, you know, I get shot back up, that means I go straight and I cross the yellow line. So you gotta be aware of how sharp the turn is, and I mean, on this, you just have to take it at a certain speed. So the things that I do like about this bike, I love the aesthetics of this bike. I love the looks of this bike. This bike is absolutely beautiful. This matte finish, everything is just murdered out black. I'm about to pull over to show you guys. Everything aesthetic wise is amazing about this bike. Although I didn't like the mirrors, I love the style of these mirrors, and I love the fact that, because since it's on a sporty, I love the look that I can just put it upside down like this. I think it just looks so much better, and it just brings the aesthetic look a lot better. You know, I have more view and everything. That it has low end torque, like it gets up, you know, I'll give it that for sure. Off the line, it is nice and quick. Here's the bike. Honestly, when you see this bike in person, the aesthetics, like in person, this bike is just a beautiful machine. Air filter, air intake, air cooled intake. Bike roughly weighs around 500, I think it's 560. For a fairly small bike, that is pretty heavy, but Harleys are heavy. That's why it makes it so slow. That's why I compare them to like a Mustang, because of how heavy they go. Low beams, not high beams, low beams. You got your high beams, that's how you keep them on, that's how you just flash them. You got blinker left, right, you got your hazards right here, start button, and then kill switch and ready switch. The tank is a 4.5 liter tank. I'm 91 when my light comes on. I don't know, I've never actually tested to see how long it lasts once the light comes on. Usually when the light comes on, I'll go probably about another extra 5 miles, and then I'll go into fill up. For me, on 91 in California right now, it's going for $3 and $7. So very good to fill up, you know, not complaining on that. Literally everything you can do, you can customize. You can switch the handlebars, you can switch the brake levers, you can switch the grips, you can switch the mirrors, you can lift up the tank if you want. I think you can even switch the tank. You can switch out the whole engine and make it to a 1200 if you like. Hello. She look at me like, what the fuck you doing? You can put on a slip-on, super easy. Change the full system. You know, you can eliminate the rear fender, shorten it. You can take out the front fender. You can put on a guard in the front. You can literally change the wheels. You can change the headlight, the blinkers. You can put the blinkers, you know, say if you want to put them right here, that's where I wanted to do it. You can take this, you can take your speedometer off. You can put it on the side. You can change your pedals. You can put them up for. You can change your seat. Change your coilovers if you want. You know, you can literally, that's why I wanted the bike, because I wanted to change everything about it. I wanted to make it my own vision, and that's what I love about this. Just because the Sportster, you can just do whatever you want. You can change the air intake, you know, you can do so much on this bike. In city, it works so well around city, like no complaints around city. It's just, I like to take the curves, you know. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but I scrape my pegs all the time, you know. But this bike is so great around town. Twisties, it manages. Freeway, don't like it on the freeway whatsoever.
Hey, what happened?
Nothing, just I'm recording right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. You have a good one. Thank you. All right, let's give you a start up. So for here, you just gotta put it in neutral if you don't want anything to stall. There we go, it's ready. See, it sounds nice. It's just in the pipes right here. There's a baffle that starts right here. It's welded to the pipe, and then it goes in about halfway, like I would say right there, and then it just muffles this thing like crazy, man.